Hey everybody, Rez the Collector here with another action figure review. This is a review of the Mattel Batman and Azrael 2-pack. I got a really good deal on this. I got a small Batman collection started, but I am, as most of you know, a majority of a Superman collector. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these figures one at a time to get a better look. We'll start with Azrael. Now, he popped up before the Nightfall storyline in the comic books. I don't really know a lot about his backstory. I do wish this 2-pack had come in his blue Batman outfit. He did take over for Batman after his back was broken by Bane. I probably should have researched his backstory a little bit more before I started the review, but let's just go ahead and base it off the figure itself. The color scheme is okay. I do wish, like I said, I was in the more Batman colors, but the red and black and gold and gray does really kind of pop out on this. As you can see, there is a stylized bat symbol there in his chest, and it is a softer type of rubber. He's got something here on top of his head. It looks like it's supposed to be there. I have no idea what it is, though. His Batman cowl, of course, you can see is different in that he hides the majority or all of his face, whereas a normal Batman costume is just going to be basically from the nose and cheekbones up. He does have these wing type things on his back. Not exactly sure what those were supposed to do. I'm sure in the comics. Actually, I have the comic where he took over as Batman, but I wasn't a big Batman collector before that in comic books. He does stand relatively easy on his own, even with all that weight on the back, and this is a harder plastic on the back here, as opposed to that chest piece. Even up to his collar here is a softer rubber. Head articulation, you're not going to get a whole lot. He's got very minimal up and down. Yeah, very minimal, and very little side to side because of that collar. So basically, he's going to be looking straight ahead in any pose you get him in. He does have kind of an anti-monitor type things here going to the side. I don't know if those are supposed to be bullets or... I know that he was a much more harsh Batman than any other Batman we had seen, unless you go all the way back to the original Batman, who actually did use a gun back in the 1930s when he first debuted. The colors on here are very nice. The paint app is very nice. The hands you can see there are very well detailed. The figure, all in all, is very detailed. I mean, it's cool looking. He's got the little things on the boots here. They could have backwashed, I think, blackwashed, I want to say, not backwashed, the leggings a little bit to make those pop out a little bit more, as well as with the abs and the chest. He does have standard Mattel articulation. He's got the ball joint, now that's inside some armor here, so it does limit the amount he can go, and he can't really go back and forth because of that armor. But he doesn't have a bicep, but he does have swivel at his elbow, and of course he has elbow articulation. He also has up and down a little bit with the hands and rotation at the hands. He does have the basic chest crunch as well as ab rotation. He does have the standard Mattel leg, able to go out and back and forth, and he does have some pretty good back and forth on him, or there's nothing kind of holding him back there. Of course, he's got thigh, he does have knee, and of course he does have ankle. He's a cool figure overall. I mean, he's a nice add to my small Batman collection because he's different looking. So, I mean, he's decent overall. Not a figure I would have picked up single carded. I got him because he came in that 2-pack with Batman. But I'm not gonna, not display him. I mean, he's pretty cool looking. So overall, I'm relatively happy with the character. Now we're gonna take a look at Batman himself. Now this is a more what would it be? It'd be what, 60s, 70s, 80s Batman. maybe in the 90s, maybe it's 70s to 90s. Anyway, this is the more blue and gray Batman with that bright yellow belt and the yellow ellipse on the bat signal. Now, as you can see on this figure, he does carry some battle damage, and that's the only thing I don't like. I wish that that bat symbol was unblemished, and of course that is intentional. You can see here where like the material is supposed to be tearing away, and that's the only gripe I have about the characters. I wish it was an unblemished, unbattle damaged version. Other than that, this is the style of Batman I grew up with. The blue, the gray. This is actually the style of Batman that I prefer. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the new grittier, darker colors, but I think when you're looking at the interaction between this Batman and, say, a kid's sidekick Robin, the color scheme on this Batman goes better with Robin because it's more light. It's not. I think when they went with darker, they were going for a darker side of Batman. Of course, whatever darkness lurks within all men, which the fear he tries to bring out in others, is more representative in his current costumes with the black and the gray. This was a lighter Batman, a Batman who would take on a ward, and a Batman who would fight crime beside somebody dressed in red and green, like basically a little red-green elf. So this is the Batman of my youth. Now, of course, he does have general Mattel articulation. Of course, he's got a little bit more movement, of course, than the Azrael figure because he's lacking that armor. He's also got a lot more head movement there. He does have the bicep rotation. Of course, he's got elbow. He does not. Oh no, he does have. He does have hand as well. Get a closer look on that chest piece. You can see the where it's supposed to be battle damaged. Of course, he does have the ab crunch, the standard waist rotation, that standard leg for Mattel. He's got thigh, knee, and of course ankle. Stands pretty well. This is the era when Mattel had started to go with the harder, stiffer capes for their characters. The earlier versions, the characters' capes were much softer, much more pliable, something you could actually move. This is going to be stationary, and I always believe it to be a lot heavier. Any character that has this solid hardback cape is generally hard to get to stand straight. Those capes generally want to pull them back and make them too back heavy, to where you either have to use a base or you have to basically lean them up against something in order to get them to stand straight. Overall, I do really like this character because it is the colors of my youth. Like I said, the only thing I would say is I wish that the ellipse wasn't battle damaged, but overall, very cool Batman. I do love having him in my collection. He looks really good standing next to the Batmobile with the Superpowers Batman and the Superpowers Robin in it. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and probably do another collection update soon because I have done a few more diorama displays inside my cabinet, and I've had a definite lot of additions, not only in the Batman categories but in the Superman category as well. So we'll probably be taking a look at that soon. That's going to do it for this video. I do want to thank, of course, you all for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you liked the video, like it, leave a comment. I always do like to hear from everybody, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day.